and when me and Val is there behind the cameras, when we were in your house, something that really blessed us, and we're trying to grow. It's about praying together.
Yeah,
me and her, because we had our prayer lives, right? But it was so weird to pray together because she was listening to my prayers.
Yeah,
Yeah. And she was taking notes to correct me. You said this together?
She was live tweeting, right?
Yeah. Just kidding. But that's what you feel, like judge.
It's vulnerable.
Because for example, when I pray in the microphone in the church,
it's perfect.
And you have like this idea. They are listening. So it's different when you pray in your heart. Yeah. So, and then you guys pray together, and we saw that, and you talked about that. And I want to know, like, when did it start for you guys? Do you do this since the beginning? And how did you manage not to get weird this time?
Well, what was it? We haven't always done it.
Okay.
And it actually started from a place of kind of a real crisis. I mean, just one of those times in your life where you're needing God, and we were in a little bit of a desperate place, and so I said,
and a lot of pain.
And so I said to her on December 28th of 2020, I said, "There's only one way for us to go forward, where we pray the Bible every day. Now, should we do it separately or should we do it together?" And she said, "Let's do it together." And so that day we started. And you're desperate. So when you're desperate, that real cry comes out. And so we just started from the place of being desperate.
Okay.
Show us who you are. Come to us. And it was beautiful because I would see her real cry before the Lord.
So good.
And she would see my real cry. And it wasn't this, "Oh, Father, just come and we pray for these people." No, it was, "God, we need you. Show us who you are. We're desperate."
Okay.
And even, "God, I'm so mad."
Yeah.
It's just being out loud.
I'm hurt. I'm in pain.
I'm so hurt here. Help me forgive. I'm mad. I need you, Yeah. And so that helped us stay unified and in reaching for the Lord together.
Yes.
Before, when people would say married couples need to pray, I mean, we did when we needed to, but it hadn't been
Not a
something.
routine.
It wasn't a routine.
And it wasn't something that was life-giving, really.
Right. It felt forced. You know what I mean? And it's
Let's
something.
pray together here.
Yeah.
Yes,
all of
exactly.
that. Where this was so authentic for us.
Yes.
And we needed it. And then, we would mainly go through the Psalms.
Okay.
Because you just hear the cry of the human heart in the Psalms. It's so authentic.
If you want real, go to the Psalms.
Yeah. I mean, David, who says, "My throat is hoarse from crying out for you. Where are you, O God?" That's
my family,
a desperate cry.
My family has left me. I'm alone. Psalm 27. I would have lost hope unless I had believed in the God.
The goodness of God.
The goodness of God in the land of the living. So there's just such real, authentic reach and cry and pain that we loved it.
Yeah.
It was
it
is the only thing that put air back into our lives.
Absolutely.
If we would not have done that, I fear we would have.
Yes.
We sat there and said, we're at a Y right now. We can either go right and we're just going to coast the rest of our lives, or we can go left and we can go deep, work through forgiveness, and come out with gold because we found more of our God in this process.
Yes. And that's what
do you go like in the sequence of Psalms?
No.
No? Mm-mm. You jump around.
Yeah, we might. Maybe we'll start that at some point, but we would just, I think we spent a month in Psalm 139.
Oh, really?
Because it's so good.
I don't know if it was a month, but we were there a long time.
A long time.
And just,
Psalm 23, same thing.
And then we would also get different versions.
Yeah.
Because you kind of just get used to the language.
Yeah.
And so this one, there's something rich in that verse that this one doesn't communicate. Mm-hmm. So we did that a lot as well. Mm-hmm. But it was at IHOP, the beginning of IHOP, where there was such an emphasis on praying the Bible.
Yeah.
And the language of the scriptures becoming the language of our hearts. And it's now the thing that I would say has been the most transformative in my life.
Yeah.
You know, and we would go to sometimes like Ephesians. We went through the book of Ephesians. We prayed through it. And I'm telling you, one morning, we're doing Ephesians chapter 1, those first verses. And nobody prayed for me.
Right.
I'm praying the Bible. And the power that God knows my name. He knew my name before the foundation of the world. And that through Jesus, I have been adopted. And it hits me. I have a father. And I start weeping. And I just throw my hands. I have a father, and his name is God.
It was a beautiful moment.
So I had been studying some of those themes, reading those themes, but it was, it was a truly transformative time, and it was praying the Bible, where truth became what I put my faith in, I believed, and then it began to form me.
Yeah. And then what we found at least is when you're praying the Bible, you find out when you have unbelief, because it's hard to pray something you don't believe.
Yeah.
And then you stop and go, God, help me. I don't believe this. I want to, but I don't.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we would just get honest about that. So like if someone were recording our prayer times, it was messy. It was, not very formulated, and sometimes we cried, stop and get mad, and
But also, you got massively convicted as well.
Oh yes.
We're having a prayer time together, and she starts uncontrollably weeping, and it's to the point where I'm watching, going, "What is going on?" I'm like. Is she getting delivered? What's going on? Mm-hmm. And so I just sat there and weeping. And she had a picture, and the Lord confronted her of the posture of her heart. Mm-hmm. And it was powerful. Mm-hmm. I mean, it impacted me even.
Yeah.
So, and you're not telling about a conference, right?
No.
Or a retreat or a camp.
No. In our bedroom alone.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so good.